Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life. Today, November the 6th, we're having a quick look at what the various beaches are like in Paphos. Now, they won't be like this for the whole of November, and I'll be saying that repeatedly in this film, but this is what they're like on November the 6th. So we're starting at Coral Bay Beach, then we'll have a brief look at Coralia Beach, and I'll probably do St. George's and Venus as well. Right, plenty of sunbeds. I note here the price that states that one set is 2 sunbeds and an umbrella for $7.50. I don't know if you can get a single sunbed on its own for just $2.50, but bear that in mind. If not, if you're that worried, just bring a towel, as lots of people do. It's a nice boat in the sea, and there are plenty of swimmers about. Water sports look like they're still available for hire, and it's really quite lovely. Coralia Beach still has the sunbeds out. There's a fair amount of people here, lifeguards on duty. So this is definitely a good place to head to. And up there we have Coral Beach Hotel, and there are more beaches along there. I can't see from here if the far sun. Yes, I can actually. So all the way along there we've got the sunbeds out too. So. And of course close up here. The water itself is very nice for swimming in. If you want the coolest, I mean the warmest water, I'd say probably better off with the north coast, but around Paphos, because that water tends to stay warmer longer. But there's loads of swimmers here at the moment, so it's not an issue. Now we're focusing on beaches in this film, but as I've got to drive through Coral Bay Strip anyway, I thought I might as well film that too. And that'll give me a chance to speak about restaurant openings. Because Paphos is a working city as well as just a tourist city, and the whole Paphos district is the same. Most places tend to be open, especially now in November, but throughout the year. There will be closures in January and February for a couple of weeks when the restaurant owners go on their holidays, but it's not like a total shutdown. So you've got Blazing Saddles on the right and Dolce Vita on the left, and Lecanto up there, and you've got Seriana on the right. I mentioned these ones. I think Seriana stays open all year, but I'm not sure. On Coral Bay Strip, quite a few of them do close at the start of the year, but the more central locations, like in Paphos itself, it's pretty much year-round opening, and especially at times like Christmas. But let's just enjoy the rest of the strip before we go to our next beach. Les Amis is a very popular place too. Oh, watch out, he's letting me go. Thank you very much. Quite busy today. Right, our next beach to scrutinise is Lighthouse Beach, right by Paphos. They've still got the sunbeds out. You can see the parasols fluttering in the light breeze, and there's the highly recommended beach kiosk. Well, the BLTs that do there are highly recommended. There's also good facilities there as well. The beach itself has an issue with seaweed at the moment, but that's fairly common. There's a jetty you can walk out on, which will get you past the seaweed day, which is where all the swimmers are. I don't know if you can see that. The reason for the seaweed is because it's seagrass basically, and that's what you get when the water's so clean. Seagrass grows well. So if you want to come here just to sunbathe, it's ideal. But if you want to swim, bear in mind that little jetty. And one final thing while I'm here, you get a nice view of the lighthouse. Up the archaeological part from here too, which is why it's called the Lighthouse Beach, rather obviously. For our final beach film, we are down at Venus, and the sunbeds are still out in force, and the crowds are still at the beach. I'll come a bit closer. It's quite windy now, in Venus Beach area at least. So I've dispensed with the gimbal, which doesn't like wind, and I'm just using it, holding the camera on a selfie stick, so if it wobbles a bit, that's why. But this is Venus Beach, early November, looking very nice indeed. I did notice as I drove in that there's a sign up for, it says something like Venus Beach Villas, where the car park is, so it looks like at some point they're going to be building on part of that car park and putting villas there, which could be interesting, but that's for some time in the not too distant future, I would imagine. For now though, this is the lovely Venus Beach, and there's an area there with no sunbeds whatsoever, so if you don't want to pay for a sunbed, plonk your towel there, or you can go to that side over there where the sunbeds are. Beyond that, there are some people in the water as well. Don't do what they're doing, because they have artificial reefs here, and the reefs were put there because there were very bad riptides, and over there is beyond the safety of the artificial reef. And the only time someone's got into problems since the artificial reefs were put in a few years ago has been when they've been swimming over there. So anyway, that's Venus Beach. I'll show you briefly what the old town is like in November, and then we'll call it a day. So I've shown you some of the beaches, and you can see that they're still open. I can't guarantee how long the sunbeds will still be out, but even when the sunbeds get put away, there's nothing to stop you from going and plonking a towel there. Now I'm going to have a quick drive around Old Town, just so I can give you if you like, a bit of insider information as to what this is like during the winter months. Basically, because, as I said before, it's a working city, it is open all year round. It doesn't mean every night you can go out and expect lots of partying, because in an ordinary city you don't get that. This traffic is getting rather annoying now, but just edge out a little bit. But especially on a Friday and a Saturday night, there's always a good buzz around Old Town. And if you're here during the day, the market, which we'll go past soon, opens every day apart from Sunday, but you're best getting up there in the mornings because it closes in the afternoon. Now, I had intended doing a loop, and I just realised that I have to now because it's a one way anyway, so I was going to say I'm going to turn left here, but I can't. But yes, there's a lot of traffic around now. I think I might have hit the start of the lunch rush hour, which in Cyprus is a serious thing. Anyway, I'm going to go left here, because that will allow me to see if Pumpkin House is open, and then I can head up towards Glavenitis and call it a day. But that was a little bit of Old Town. The bit to my right is where Pumpkin House is open. Now, on another day I'd pop in for a chat, but as we've done all our filming, I need to process it. I'll have to go straight home, but it's nice to know she's back there. Anyway, so that's what Paphos is like in November, and the beaches especially. And I've told you a bit about what it's going to be like for the rest of the year as well coming up. December is when the Christmas lights will go up fully, and I will be of course doing more films showing you them because I love them. But for now I will say goodbye. Cheers.